Okay, so here is your introduction to one of the drawing painting applications. This one's called Ibis Paint. It's one of the free applications that you are open to trying. So I'm going to show you how you can use this to paint your Meet the Artist drawing if you don't want to do the traditional method. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take my image and I'm going to prepare it by cropping it. So here's my image. I do have a demonstration for taking the photograph. So I will share that image with you. You do want a nice flat image with good lighting. So that is the basic requirements. Let me crop this and also rotate it so it is the right side up. And I will crop it to the paper and also rotate it. And that looks pretty good. So I will click on done. And now I can go over to Ibis Paint. And when you open it, it should look like this. Probably won't have any images. I've tried this out a few times, so those are the samples. But I'm going to hit add here, create a new canvas. Now, what I would do is down here where it says size, I'm going to change that to inches. And I'm going to make this at least 9 by 12. And that is because if you need to print this at some point, which you might, you want your resolution to be high enough where you can do that. So that means you want a 9 by 12 and your DPI setting, that's dots per inch, is 300 at least. Okay, so and you can see that that is 2700 by 3600. Now your image might be already bigger than that. So that's what I'm going to look at. Again, 27 by 36 is the size that we want to be at least. So let's do this. I'm going to import and I'm going to go photos. Here's my image. So this is 33 by 24. So we're close. Again, we wanted 27 by 36. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit OK here on the 9 by 12. And then I'm going to try to bring this over. Let me rotate this. Here's canvas again. Rotate right. And I believe I can go into the layers down here, which is this one layer. And you'll see on one of your options is this little camera, which will allow me to import my image in. So I'm going to do that. You can scale this a bit. Just make that big enough. You don't want to do too much of that because you're just blowing up pixels. But now we know at least this is a good enough size. If you need to rotate a bit, you can click on this rotate and then use your fingers to do that. I don't really need to do that. And I'll hit the check and then I'm ready to go. Now, once you import this in, you'll get this option, extract line drawing. This is a good thing. You want this. What it'll do is it will clear out as best as it can all of the white space, and so it'll just keep your line And I'll show you why that is a positive thing and a helpful thing. So I'll hit OK, and you'll get these three options. These are your levels for your values. You kind of want this paper to approach white. So I'm going to lighten it until it's as close to white or white. Now when you do that, you're going to lose a little bit of your line, so you can try to bring some of that back with your middles and your black. So you can kind of figure out the best way to do that. So depending on your lines, if you've already inked this, you might have an easier time. If you just have your pencil drawing, then you're going to have like mine, where you have some light marks and you have some dark marks, but that's okay because we can always redraw it. So I'll hit the green check mark, and now we're ready to go. Again, what's nice about this is the layers. So right now I have this layer 2 is the drawing. Notice again the transparency of that. It just has the marks, and then underneath that you have a blank layer, which we will use. So I'll keep this simple again. I'm going to use this second layer first, and now I can draw on it. And zooming in is nice and easy. So here's your brushes. Now you have a number of brushes, but some of them you'll have to watch a short ad first, and then they're available for, I think, a number of hours. So it's easy. You can just watch a 30-second ad, and then you'll have all these options available. Here's my brush. Right now I'm on marker, so that looks like the mark. I'll undo that and make it a little thinner. And now what I can do is clean up my lines so that's more final. You guys can kind of play around too with the different brushes. Some of them, again, will give you different kind of finishing qualities. So you can test those out. Right now it's going through all of the tips, and don't quite know how to turn that off, so I guess I'll deal with it. So again, here's a good way to, you can ink it too if you haven't done that already. And you can erase. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time doing that, but you get the idea. Obviously, you can go in and erase your kind of rough sketches too. You're going to want to clean that up as much as you can. And so let's pretend that this is finished. And here's how I'm going to paint. So again, we had a layer underneath. You can change the layer order by just moving it here. I'm going to want this underneath because I want my lines over the color. So this is going to be my color layer, and nice and easy. Again, pick your brush. We'll go back to that marker because I'm going to make this simple. Pick my color. And then I can start painting. And for this, it's really up to you. I would keep it on the simple side, but you can do something like just adding a second value to your color just to get that extra sense of depth. Some lights and darks are always good. And we'll always set your coloring apart if you give a sense of, the things we see. Lights, shadows. And so then I can continue that. So that's an option here. Again, this is called Ibis Paint. It's free and a really good, easy, for the most part, option. Now when you're done, to kind of export it, you're going to hit this arrow, save as a PNG, and that'll give you the image file that you will need to turn in. And that is Ibis Paint. So check it out. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.